the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the new book club announcement. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the next announcement for our May, right? Yes. May book club chat. So for those of you who were able to join us during the book chat, you already know the book choice because I said it at the end of the video. If you weren't able to join us and you haven't watched that yet, I will link it up in the card. Be sure to check that out. Even if you didn't read the book, we talk a lot just about writing craft, our ideas about writing, and using some of the things that we got from the book. So it's basically our opinions, right? That's what a book club is. You read it and you give your opinions on what you thought about it. So anyway, today I'm here to give you all of the information for our next Let's Talk Craft book club book choice and when we're going to talk about it and who we're going to talk about it with. So without further ado, let's get started. What is the next book choice? Well, before I tell you the next book choice, let me just explain a little bit why I chose it. So the last book that I chose was The Anatomy of Story, and even though it's technically for screenwriting, it is heavily pushed for writers in general because it talks about elements of story in general, and I wanted to check it out and see what's the big deal about it, you know? So that one was very structured and very much about like literal plotting structure, that kind of stuff. So for this next book choice, I wanted to go with something that was a little more philosophical, a little more thinking about yeah, I guess philosophical is the best word I'm looking for, right? Not so like do this prescriptive kind of thing, but thinking about storytelling. And Francesca Lia Block, who's an amazing author, she's written amazing young adult books. She was doing it before other people were doing it and lots of other kinds of books. I took a class with her and she highly recommended this book. She said, if you only read one craft book, read this book. And I hadn't read it, even though she kept telling me to read it. So I felt like, okay, if I'm gonna choose another book, it needs to be this one. What's all the hype about? So here we go, are you ready? The next book choice is Wired for Story. So we are going to read Wired for Story by Lisa Cron. So Cron, I don't know how you say it, but this is what we're gonna read. So some of you may have heard of this, or you may have heard of her other book, Story Genius, but this is the one that Francesca really pushes, and it came before Story Genius. So I want to read this one first before I read Story Genius. And a lot of people who said that, because I didn't love Anatomy of Story, so a lot of people said if you didn't love that, but you like some of the elements, because a lot of it was I didn't like his tone, and I don't wanna get into that. Watch the book chat. And I'm also gonna do like just a regular review of that book. But a lot of people said, well, Story Genius is kind of telling the same kinds of things, only in a different way. So I definitely would think I want to check that out, just not right now. Because I wanna read this first, especially since this is really pushed by a lot of people, including Francesca Lia Block. So I am choosing this for our May book club choice. So what are the details for the book club choice? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me get that for you. Okay, so first of all, you can get this book wherever books are sold, you know? I mean, maybe not like Walmart or Target. Plus, y'all shouldn't be going there, especially not for books anyway. I got mine on Amazon. Amazon is kind of being a little hesitant. Not hesitant, but like some things that they consider non-essential. It's taking them a few more weeks to deliver, even if you have Prime. So, but I did order this and it said I wasn't gonna get it till April 25th and I ended up getting it in the same week. So you never know, but definitely if you wanna get it from Amazon, I will link the Amazon link down below. Make sure you do it with enough time, just because, you know, it takes a few weeks for them to mail out stuff because, you know, they're prioritizing other types of things. Also, indie bookstores, most of them will have it. If you want to order from an indie bookstore, you know, your local one or book outlet or whatever, wherever you order books, I'm sure they can get it for you as well. There's also an ebook version, an audiobook, all that stuff. I will link the Amazon down below, just because that's where I got mine. But yeah, it's a pretty well-known book. It should not be hard to get. So that will be linked below. So now the date. When are we going to discuss this in our live chat? That is going to be Sunday, May 17th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So the 10th, May 10th is Mother's Day. It's the next Sunday, so the 17th at 3 p.m. That time seemed pretty good for most people. I am going to ask on the Instagram if there are days or times that people would prefer, if that's not working, or if they like Sundays at 3. So if you're not already following the book club Instagram, it's, let me make sure I get this right. Let me look it up so I don't tell you the wrong. I mean, I'll have it in the description, but it is Let's Talk Craft Book Club, okay? So that will be also down in the description. And like I said, it's gonna be Sunday, May 17th at 3 p.m. Now, I'm trying to get different guest co-hosts. Every time, I mean, my brother's probably gonna be a co-host every time, but in addition to him, just so we get some different ideas from different people other than me and Kevin, we will be having a special co-host, and this time it will be Katlyn Duncan. So Katlyn has an Authortube channel. She is a traditionally published author. I will link her channel down in the description, and be sure to check her out. She will be joining us for that live chat as well, and I'm really excited to get her opinions because she's been reading a lot of craft books and reviewing them on her channel as well. So I think she's gonna make a great addition. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be reading for Let's Talk Craft Book Club in May 17th, 3 p.m. Wired for Story. And yeah, it's basically talking about brain science and how to hook readers from the very first sentence. So hopefully you guys can read this along with me. Follow along on the Instagram that we have for the book club, and you can join us on May 17th. And if for some reason you're unable to join that day, it will go up on my channel, so make sure you're following me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and you can always watch the replay later, and I would love to hear your thoughts if you can't take place in the live chat down in the comments. So all right guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really loved our first book chat, and I'm really excited to learn more with you guys and talk to you guys, so I hope you will join us and read this book. All right guys, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you have any friends that you think would enjoy reading some writing craft books with us, please be sure to share this video with them and the Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.